you got to make your neck inhale more. People need to see the ventilation. So you should see your muscles in your neck contracting, because what people don't realize is the elevation training mask has to do with ventilation capacity. I mean, they all look fancy, camoed up, colored up, throw your hoodie on, look like Bane from Batman. But when it comes down to downright training purposes, half of the exercises people use with this thing aren't even effective in their real races. Why? Because this is all about ventilation. So, as the heart rate increases more, what you're going to do, raise the incline 2%. As the heart rate starts to rise, the demand for oxygen will increase. But there's only one gimmick here. The amount of oxygen coming through that mask does not discriminate. So when you don't have the mask on, you can take deeper breaths in and frequent breaths. But if you freak out and have any kind of anxiety attached to this little mask on, that won't do you any good. So the real training is to focus on in and out. Once you master your ventilation ability to inhale, exhale with minimal amount of air capacity, then you begin to understand why the training mask works the way it works. So we're going to raise it to 2% incline. Just about hitting the 2 minutes and 30-second mark. As you see in her neck muscles aren't straining as much because her mind is starting to freak out a little bit and her breathing is starting to change. It's all mental now. You really have to tell yourself that you need to breathe in hard, out hard. You can never change your breathing strokes with this mask on because it just won't work. It's all mental. And your heart doesn't even really have to be that high. You could be in like the 120s, 130s and be feeling this. And it can feel like, you know, you're doing HIT. But when you take a little bit of air quality away from the average person and they haven't been working their lungs as efficiently as they should have, this is the examples that happen. So, when you can learn to train with this mask from 20 to 30 minutes at a time, just walking or incline walking, and working on your ventilation capacity, when you take the mask on, the air quality in the air is probably coming in 20 to 30 times better. So, what we're going to do now is, we're sitting only at 9%. We're going to go right to 15% and see what happens. 15%, here we go. We're going to see if test subject number 1 right here can maintain the breathing patterns that she needs to for at least 1 minute at 15% incline. You pull that mask down on your face a little tighter. I see your chin popping. No cheating. Now, in hard, out hard. If people want to see your neck contract to know that you're in hard, out hard. I sense a little nervousness in her breathing. She needs to get that under control. In hard, out hard. Pull the mask down. Tighten it up. About 30 more seconds. You need to inhale, exhale. You're depriving yourself of air by not breathing in. I'm doing this example so people around the world can understand the true reason what the elevation mask is supposed to do, because everybody else is just doing it for show. This is real elevation mask training. 10 more seconds. And we're not going to rip the mask off. We're going to put the treadmill to 1% at now. 1%. 1%. And you're going to stay in the treadmill the whole time without holding on. All the way down and control your breathing. Focus on your breathing. It's all about breathing right now. It's all mental. This equipment is a breathing exercise. all about breathing. We as people take air for granted. We take a lot of things for granted, but you should not take your air for granted. Now you have to relax and breathe in. Take control of yourself. And breathe out. And this will conclude our little example of training Master 8. And we only exercise for a total of 6 minutes here, which is probably more mentally intense than physically intense. Thank you for joining us.